it's Connie, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna wait a sec to see if anybody pops on here. Everybody's so busy cooking and prepping and cleaning your house, getting ready for people, right? It's just one of those days. I am pre-cooking several things, getting them ready, like my dressing and my green bean casserole and all those things. This year, we're not going to other people's houses. There's been some illness in my family, and so it's like, okay, people are coming here. I guess I need to get my game on. But that still left me a little time for crafting today. I still did do a little bit of crafting. And basically, though, I wanted to give you a quick overview of all of the gift types of things that we've made so far this month, and maybe that'll help you get ready for the winter as well. I've had a few questions now that people are starting to get the club layout for this month, Wintertide, on how I did things. It is really beautiful. This paper is gorgeous. I just don't think pictures, photos, the catalog, I just don't think it does it justice. And so there's a few kind of big deal things in this kit that I can't show you unless you're in person, I guess. And one is this paper. This paper is so beautiful. And it is beautiful. Every single sheet of the pack is really pretty, but this is my favorite. I decided to use it. I was not going to do a snow layout. I have so many snow themed things that I've done over the years. It just felt like I needed to do something different, but when I started putting this together, I couldn't resist. This wood grain pack is a don't miss situation, and I love it. Stop. I love it so much. I've been using it up like crazy. So yours may look a little different depending, but just because I used a lot of the different wood grains, but mostly the white colored ones, whitish gray. The reason I titled it Wintertide is because I am not that person anymore that has a ton of snow pictures, going out in the yard and playing in the snow and that kind of thing. My photos are more like we go to a park and look at lights. We go to Chris Kindle Mart and do the German festival. We look at Festival of Trees. We do a little shopping trip. And I thought this is all part of my tradition during the winter. And so I thought Wintertide is a little more probably appropriate for most of us who don't have younger children. You may still have tons of winter pictures and that would work great. But I just thought these are great for those if you go for a walk and take pictures of the trees and that kind of thing. Now, the icicles is where I'm getting the questions. This is the stamp set that I used. It's called Floral Snowflakes. And no, I wasn't going to buy more snowflakes, but here I am. And I'm really glad I did, because what I love about these is that they stack and they look really nice. The other thing is, I was playing around. I don't know where I put it, but I was playing around with this little star right here, and I was trying to make some gingerbread cookies. I put that on like toffee colored cardstock, and I just sort of white embossed it and have played around with that a little bit. And I had them sitting out here to show you, but who knows? I've been moving stuff around as I cook, because I craft in my kitchen. So in between things cooking, I'm crafting. So this little row of snowflakes is how I made this little row of icicles. I just didn't stamp it. I just used the thin cut and I cut it out, and then I used diamond stickles and I just squirted it on like icicles and let it dry, and then I applied it with a little row of foam tape. So I just thought I'd show you that. The other don't miss item on this page is the little pack of the snowflake sequins. They are iridescent and they are outstanding. Obviously you can see them on your layouts as you have them, but they are a don't miss item. I can't even tell you how much I've used them already. All right, so there's that one. The other thing that I'm getting questioned, Heather had mentioned she was wanting to know how to make this card. You know, when I was showing some of the Stamp of the Month cards, there's so much to show this month that I didn't put how-to on everything I showed. I just started putting posts. And I think that you guys are liking that. I hope that you are. It gives me a chance to show a lot of different ideas without showing you how to do everything. Sometimes you can look at it and you go, yeah, I figured that out. So I'm just gonna show you a couple of little techniques here. Let me grab my spritzer. I always have like at least one thing I forgot to get out, but this is just a water spritzer. It's one that Close to My Heart carried in the past, but you can use any little mister, something really light misty, not like a heavy duty, like, you know, the Trigger plant mister, but just these small ones. So to make this, I just want to show you this splotchy technique. So basically what I did was I took it works best if you're using distress, and I got it out and smushed the ink on my mat. Now this mat is, you know, that non-stick mat. This happens to be, Close to My Heart has an amazing one that I love. This is a smaller one that I got at the Dollar Tree, and it was in the baking aisle. It's a silicone baking mat. It works great, and it was cheap, obviously, so keep your eye out for those. Anyway, I used my mister, and I misted that ink with water. Now, what happens is it kind of breaks it up a little bit, and then you can take your, this is just a piece of scratch paper, but you can take it, and as you lay it down, you get this like kind of blotchy color like that. And you don't want it solid. You don't want it to be totally solid. And when you're done, you just wipe that off with a paper towel. Okay, and then let that dry just a little bit, and you can see every card will look just a smidge different, but it gives you a chance to see how that card was done. Now, the glossy, then I stamped it with black, and the glossy look to the light bulbs is liquid glass, and you just squirt it on. It'll go on a little bit cloudy, and you just let it dry, and it gives you like a little dimensional glossy effect. It makes it look like a light bulb. So there's that. That's how I did that one. The other one, and that's a great technique for like lots of cards. I mean, really. The other one, so I splashed, did that splotch technique at the bottom, and then to make the top, I basically took a piece of paper and found the center. So my card is 4 1/4, and to find the center, you know, half of 4 is 2, half of 1/4 is 1/8, so you go to 2 and 1/8, and then I just kind of made a line like that, cut it. You want to make sure you cut off your pencil line. Now, to make sure both sides are exactly the same, what you want to do is flip it, like folding the pages of a book, like opening a book. And that way, your other side will be identical. That's how you get that to look identical. So helps if I put that right. So draw a line. It doesn't even matter how much, how far, this card could be any size. You could make it really, really big, this top part. And then cut it, flip it over, and cut it again. All right, and then basically I just used my ink and my foam pads to do a little inking on it around the edges, and then I need to get something to hold this with so I don't get this all over me. I'm trying to be neat today. But basically you can kind of see I just went around the edges, and then in the center I did it really light and then let it dry. And then I also, if you want to add just a little more, you can add a little orange just around the edges. And then when this is all dry, it kind of dulls down just a little. It's not quite so vibrant, and it'll go right there on the top of your card. Oh, look at that. I almost made it the exact same size. What are the odds? Okay, and then I did this, I just used this as a guide to trim my black. So there's a piece of black under there as well. Ta-da! Okay, so that's basically how I made those two cards, and they were not, those are fast cards because the only real stamping on them is in black, and Distress inks are so good about blending. It just doesn't take very long. So, ta-da! There's that. Now, let me clean off my crazy mat here so I don't get yellow ink all over my kitchen table. All right. So the next thing I want to show you, sorry, I'm making piles as I go because I want to show you a ton of things that we have been making this month, and I just want to make sure you have a chance to go back and see the videos if you wish. You know, we made, I was looking for my tags. We made tags using the same Stamp of the Month set. Basically just stamped them on a tag and colored them in with marker and put a little shimmer pen on there. This Merry and Bright comes from this set, which I've been using quite a lot this month. It's called Holiday Special, and I'm going to leave that out just for a minute because I'm going to show you a couple of other things that I've been making with that. But I just thought these tags are really fun. These will be great for a few of my special packages. We made tons of cards using the Holly and Ivy and the Picture My Life cards. I'm sad to say that those are sold out because, oh my gosh, this was a fast and easy Christmas card making route to go. But if you're still looking for Christmas card ideas, you know, I have been using also these little trees like crazy. These little trees are amazing. And so, of course, lots and lots of ideas with the trees. You can see another video to see ideas with the trees. I have tons. The other thing I wanted to show you that I've been doing with the trees, this is a really fun project. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big Black Friday fan, and Ulta always has a $5 for $5 special during Black Friday, and this year they started it last week, and so you can go in there and you can get 5 items for $5. Now I gotta be honest, they're little junky things. They're like little lotions and little chapsticks and stuff like that, but this is one of the items. It is a pack of 3 nail files that are holiday themed, and what's really amazing about these is that when I worked at the hospital, one of the hot commodity items was the nail files, because nail files we're not allowed to trim nails in the hospital due to circulation issues. And so people would always be at the desk asking, do you have nail clippers? Do you have a nail file? You know, this person needs their nails trimmed, and we were never able to do it. So what I like to do is I like to buy a lot of these, and I probably buy $10 worth, and then I take them out individually and I put them in a little envelope that I make. So it's basically just dresses it up so that it looks like a little gift in itself. And then I can put these in stockings, give them to coworkers. These are great things to pass out to the elderly, to the patients. You know, everybody needs a little nail file. If you have somebody who, you know, is like in the nursing home or something, these little nail files are an awesome idea. And so let me just show you real quick. I have so many of them. I literally made these yesterday afternoon. It took me no time because I just used my scraps from my past paper. This is the Holly and Ivy paper, and I basically made a 3-inch by 7.25 inch piece of paper, and you could use either side you wanted, right? And then you basically just wrap it and make it into like a little envelope. So since these were turquoise and a little more pastel-y, the tropical Christmas might look really cool with that. Just saying. Okay, so you can pick whatever side you like. I'm just gonna lay this in here like a guide, right? And I'm gonna put adhesive just down one side, as close to the edge as I can, and then at the bottom. And then I just want to make sure I don't put my nail file into the adhesive, right? So basically, I'm just going to fold this over and fold it down, and then at the bottom, give it a good push onto the adhesive, and then I'm going to fold this over, and this is where it gets adhered all the way down the side, and then give it a really good push down at the bottom. Sometimes this will pop open, especially if you shove this in and out of here a lot. It's easy to undo that. So I try to use a pretty strong adhesive down there. Liquid adhesive would be great. The other thing, just to dress them up a little bit, I stamped a whole bunch of those cute little trees, and you know, I love the little trees. I had a whole bunch of those zip strips from that paper pack, and so I wrapped one of those around, put a little tree on it, and look at that. I have a stocking stuffer. It's so cute, and this was 33 cents plus a little scrap of paper that I might have thrown away anyway or stashed for a long time. So this is a great idea for somebody. Also, I have like a 1-inch punch. You saw that I had a little notch, and then I just sort of randomly kind of picked the middle and made a little notch. You wouldn't have to do that, but it does kind of help when you're trying to get it in and out. Okay, there's that. You know, during one live, we made these really cute little photo holders with the belly bands, And obviously I haven't decorated all of this yet. I did some of it, but not all of it. And this one is going into my mother-in-law's stocking, and I'm gonna put some photos in it. I think it's super duper cute. The little bird. It would also be amazing with as a tea holder. I got some honey straws from a vendor at Gordyville the other day, and making little tea holders and things like that for the mailman, for the delivery people and that kind of stuff. That is amazing to put together a little goodie bag for them with, you know, a popcorn container holder, a little soft drink, or the tea holder. There's all kinds of stuff like that. So I have some photos from another consultant who has been making the cocoa pack holders this year. That would be another really great mailman gift. Slip a gift card with the cocoa pack holder into your mailbox. It's so fun. Here is another, remember, a little set. I just bought those really inexpensive notepads and decorated them. You might not have seen the finished ones, but just in case, I'm just going to kind of run through them, where I used the Love Story sticker pack. Look how amazing those look. That was just a bird from something left over that I had. And so these are just some ideas for gifts that you can do, and I love the Smile Big Operation Smile set this year, and so all my messages are from this set. The other thing about this set is all of my commission on this is donated to Operation Smile, and they donate, Close to My Heart donates like $7 or whatever to Operation Smile. This is a really big deal, and this is a great set. I can honestly say that sometimes I buy the set just because it's the right thing to do, but this one I bought because I actually really love it. Okay. We've made tons of cards. You know, we've made a lot of the snowflake cards. These were really popular, and they're beautiful using the snowflakes and embossing. I made this one. This one is one, I can't remember if I actually showed it. I may have just shown a picture, but I just wanted to, the reason I wanted to show you this is because this little stamp right here along the bottom has become one of my favorite stamps of the season. And look, it's just a little 3-dash stamp, but I have been using it on a lot of things to make peppermint kind of candy cane looking bases. So let me show you that. So one of the things that I did was I bought these. This is a pack from Amazon, and I think the whole thing, I don't even know how much this was. It was so cheap. $10 or $15 maybe. I think it was cheaper than that. But basically they're all these, they're just multicolor blank little books. See? There's nothing in them. But these are really nice to tuck in a purse, to have on hand, you know, make grocery lists, take a note on, put your address and phone numbers in case your phone dies or whatever. These are really nice little books. And look how many you get and how many colors you get. And they're really, really cheap. And so I was thinking about making something like this for the elderly. And so what I did was I took these little books and I basically just cut, like, I think it's it's like 3.5 by 5.5, and I rounded the 2 corners here. And this is just simple stamping of the stamp of the month. I did a little shimmer trim, and it's just a little book, that's all. And I did some in pink and some in blue, and they're just little books that I thought I could include with my Christmas cards this year when I send my cards for the elderly. Now, in preparation for next month, this is the stamp of the month for December, and it bothers me that we have another owl, but here we are with another owl. Now, this one, though, I'm having a lot of fun with. Look how cool it looks stamped. And then I embossed the little moon. This little owl stamped tone on tone. I just stamped on it. It looks amazing. So I just did a bunch of little books in different colors using the stamp of the month. Now the other one, so those two are both stamp of the month sets. I did a whole bunch using the macaron set. Isn't it cute? Ooh la la. Life is sweeter with friends and macarons. And anyway, so these are really cute. I just added a sentiment. I watercolored those, so it took me just a little bit longer, but not terrible. I mean, I truly finished this entire stack of books in a 2 to 3 hour afternoon. And there I go. I have all of these ready to go as gifts. Now, I had a few extras in red and green, and I decided those I'm going to make in Christmas. So you just, these are darling. I love making Christmas themed things. It's weird to give stuff Christmas themed at Christmas time, so I'm going to need to give these earlier, but there's that stripe again, this little stripe that I made look like kind of like a candy cane stripe. I love it. I used the little snowflake from the snowflake set. And then again with the holiday special, this is these stamps right here. Mrs. Claus Cafe, today's special, made with love and served nightly. Hot cocoa. Isn't it cute? It's adorable. It's a great tag. I just happen to have this ho 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 ribbon sitting around. So I just used my scraps. Now, this set was from September, October, and it's the pumpkin treats set. And I used this cute little mug to make the cocoa mugs. And I used, you just have to cover the pumpkin with something. And so I could have used holly and berries, but I loved that I already had thin cuts for the snowflakes. Why not? I even cut out a couple of the hearts to use to cover that, and it worked great, but too fussy. I wanted it to be a much faster kind of thing. So a lot of stamping. It didn't take me too long to make these 5. And these, you know, whoever I give these to can trim these down if they want to, if they're in the way. But it's a great way to have little books, Christmas lists, write down stuff you're going to make for meals. I mean, just, isn't that awesome? And then I was thinking, I could add some red and green stickles on here. I could add some red liquid pearls. I mean, you could add things to make them jazzed up because they're really cool. Now, the way I made this peppermint stripe is I basically stamped it all the way down the edge of a scrap, and then I put it in my trimmer and trimmed it at 1/4 inch, and it just made a big stripe. And then I was able to just glue it down, cut it off, glue it down, cut it off, and just do an assembly line, glue, cut, glue, cut. So that was quicker than it looks. It looks like it took more time. The other thing I showed you early on are these cute little ornaments, and these are wood ornaments that you can get at like any Michael's or Hobby Lobby. These are so popular right now. I just got them at Michael's for 50% off. Last week I got more of them, and I used the music paper in the background, this texture paste. I showed you how that was put on, and then I used the little trees, as you can see, and what I adhere those on with is foam tape, because foam tape sticks really well to this texture paste. And then I used the little deer. You know, those little deer are just so pretty. And of course, I embossed and cut out some of the trees. Remember how I had a whole bunch of the trees made up? I've used almost all of them. And then I bought a little tiny sprig like this of greenery, and I've just been like slowly cutting it off and gluing it onto things as I make them. And so these ornaments I think turned out really, really nice. And that was using the Holly and Ivy scrapbooking set. Just beautiful. I think those turned out really nice. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to show you how you might notice the card that I put in your pack is a easel, sort of a standout easel card. And I used the little animal set. I'm going to show you how to use that probably next week. And then keep your eyes peeled during these sales for things like this frame. This was at the Dollar Tree for $1, and it's just a little 4x4-inch frame. And I am going to do some artwork in there that I think will be a beautiful little gift. And it's only $1 for that frame. You could even get smaller ones and do something cool with the snowflakes or whatever, but you can make some really neat home decor things with that. The other thing, now these are those Michael's Craft Smart list. You know, these are usually up near the front in bins, like they're dollar bins. Of course, they're a lot more expensive this year, $4.99, and then I got them 40% off, I think. So these ended up being, you know, a little over $1 maybe. Not quite, actually, $1 each. And what these are great, these are amazing because they have a magnet on the back. You can dress them up. You can put them on your fridge, make your grocery list, make your, you know, your food list as you do things. These are amazing little things to tuck in to little gift baskets or little gifties for the delivery people, teachers, you know, stockings, whatever. But what's amazing about these is they're inexpensive and they're super easy to dress up. This would be a great thing. You could add, you could make like a little card, like a slimline card that's a little bigger in size, and this could tuck into a little pocket or something. So we're going to be doing more with this kind of stuff in the next few weeks, but I just wanted to make sure that you knew that right now is the time to buy this kind of stuff so that you can have the basis to make these cute little gifts, these little last minute things. I do a lot of it, and I don't want you to miss out on all that clearance that's happening. So, all right. Thank you. Short and sweet today. And I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving. I am thankful for all of you guys who watch and all of you guys who support me. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Happy Thanksgiving.